My brothers, on a good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever on a day, on a welcome to Obidati Family TV, the program where we dey na hope alive. Today, na another wonderful day for our Muslim brothers and sisters all over the world as they celebrate. And as it take be, P2B and come help them with their check, make them take renovate their respective mosque. Many things, our people are wherever on a day they wish you well, you know. Let me put it in this way. P2B in the earlier hours of today sent a message greeting all Muslims across the world on the celebration. He urged all Muslims to imbibe the act of loving one another and the nation at large. P2B, in order to practice what he preaches, received the Muslim at his home in Onitsha. During their visit, he presented them with some items and check. In a message that he shared on his official Twitter page, he said he gave them the check with fulfillment of his promise. He said the check was for them to renovate their mosque. Okay, so with that very one, we thank our PO. We know say they reach out to many Nigerians in different places. People will be say they even graduate, or people will be say they get distinction in their level of area of expertise. It they help everybody. Now it they reach out. Now the kind person where they call nationalists. So for the program today, people where they join me plenty for us to talk about one major issue where they on ground. And that very issue, now this European Union report, where they, from the report, people will read them, talk say, the thing where they inside that report, they very, very serious, but then they bring out for us, wait, the one where they want make we see. They know they explain what's in the inside that report, and I said they don't carry that report, go give Mahmoud Yakub. So that one might be the main thing we will go talk today. And the people will go join me for this discussion, Angel there for studio, and we get Dr. Talbot for Zoom, and many other obedience worldwide for Zoom. Angel, greet our people, make we another go.
Good day, my good meaning Nigerians and beautiful obedient family. Now still hope alive. Our hope still there alive. Whether the INEC people like it or not, we must reclaim our mandate. That one is sacrosanct. You know, they no get choice because the evidence they overwhelming. My people, relax. We get you on board.
So as this report where European Union carry come, don't they indicate say P2B win this election? For people where we say they read the report, and as they take analyze them and they explain them, I want make we begin to look at the thing as it take be, but first make we take the commentary as they talk about that very EU report, how maybe the talk take be for commentary before we enter into analyzing the issues at hand. So make we take the commentary first.
Though it's been more than 3 months after Nigeria's general elections, the challenges faced during the elections are yet to be resolved. The election petition courts are still sitting to address several issues raised by aggrieved parties who are challenging the outcome of the polls, while Nigerians are anxiously waiting at the federal and state levels for the outcome. The European Union says the general election was flawed with so many irregularities recorded, such as voter apathy, lack of punishment for electoral offenders, interferences by outsiders during the counting of votes, and the intimidation of voters.
So while the 25th February elections were held on schedule, a lack of transparency and operational failures reduced trust in the process and challenged the right to vote. Voters assigned to new polling units had difficulties in identifying their correct polling unit, and the conditions in almost half of polling units observed did not ensure the secrecy of the vote. In 16 states, the mission noted incidents of violent attacks on polling units and indeed on INEC staff, and harassment of voters. The counting procedures were negatively impacted by overall poor understanding, particularly in completing forms, and chaotic and overcrowded conditions in collation centres observed.
Some of the recommendations by the European Observation Mission includes the protection of voters in future elections, establishing a robust operational framework for elections, and addressing impunity through an electoral offences court. The Independent National Electoral Commission promises to consider all the recommendations as provided by the EU mission.
As far as we are concerned, we are going to present our report. We are going to make our submissions to the court. We are going to present what we know and what we did during the elections to the Presidential Election Petition Tribunal and all the other election petition tribunals, and then they will make a determination on going forward. But as far as the commission is concerned, there were so many positives to this election. There were also significant challenges and problems with the election. We are going to address those challenges and those problems.
The EU delegation also visited the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, George Akume, and submitted a copy of its report to the Nigerian government. The SGF is calling for more support from the EU to promote Nigeria's democracy.
So much challenges and so much positivities according by Festus Okoye, the resident commissioner for INEC. Now so in take talk am, but in no talk the other things where they verse am for there. If you see how in the talk, now verse now in full in body because he know waiting there for that report. That report they very very clear, disturbing legitimacy issues they inside that very report, and they not hand them over to Mahmoud Yakubu. So Dr. Etel, you go follow me see how I know say Oyibo people when they want talk something where they even serious, then go just talk and small, then go they paint time, then go they manage them, but even inside there, you will know them go know say that thing done serious. Because that thing don't happen to me when I travel. They for airport, I think saying a small thing, they just smile at me, tell me we are sorry, sir. I think saying a small thing, but that small, that sorry way just tell me now for there I end. Nothing. I know if it go anywhere except what they told me to do. I beg all of them are there for outside there. This report where they talk say it get very serious legitimacy issues on the election, that there is no transparency, there is no, I beg, make you help our readers, our viewers to understand the gravity of waiting these Oyibo people they talk.
To be submitted to the parliament, to the EU parliament, or if this report were to be submitted to the UK parliament, or even to the Congress in the US, that is it. That election in its entirety will be cancelled. We should not be expecting that the EU Commission will come and say, oh, Mahmoud was bad, he did a bad thing. No. This is the hardest way they will present a very bad situation. Just like you said, if Oyibo tells you, I am sorry, it does not mean that he's sorry for what he has done. He's trying to tell you your situation is beyond repair. No other person can help you. There is no further help available at all. And you can see what they said. They touched violence. They touched intimidation by governors is what they told us when the election was coming as structure, and what P2B defined as structure of corruption. They talked about violence. We do know that there was violence all over. There was violence in many states of the Federation. I remember as soon as the election started that day, somebody was talking about one state in the south part of Nigeria that the governor came with his convoy to scatter the election, and ballot papers were scattered all over the floor. And when they picked all those ballot papers and looked at those ballot papers, they were all Labour Party, Labour Party, Labour Party. You remember that channels were brought as a witness. And I remember that I was seeing those channels, television people in Lagos area during the election. The channel's reporter was there live reporting that he was here when talks came, scattered all the polling unit booths ballot boxes, especially the one covered with red cover, which is the presidential. And when they picked up those ballot papers, they were all Labour Party, Labour Party, Labour Party. So what the EU Commission is saying, they are trying to summarize the crime that was perpetuated by the people we entrusted to protect us, which happens to be INEC. And the implication, number one,
Dr. Tel, let me redirect this. I want you all to look at the fact that the European Union actually spent a whopping 17 billion naira on this Nigerian election. That is about 39 million euro for this election. I also want you to highlight that. Go ahead.
It impacts on the integrity of Nigeria as a nation. It will go a long way to also impact to what extent such international bodies will come to the aid of Nigeria tomorrow. Given that as much as 39 million euros went down the drain for this same election that turns out to be a sham, it's unfortunate because that is with respect to election. What of if we start talking about investment opportunities? A country can only attract investors when those investors feels that there is a level playing ground, that is not going to be the winner takes it all kind of environment. And remember that this amount of money, $39 million only came from European Union. That did not include the hundreds of millions. I think it was about 340 billion naira.
Billion
that was
our own side.
About 300 billion from our own side, which was also given to INEC. Yet, INEC told us that they cannot buy enough beavers, as what is called in electronics redundancy. It means that every polling unit ordinarily should actually have about 4 beavers. If the first one fails, the second one will come. If the second one fails, the third one will come. The fourth one will come. They had all this money. They squandered all this money. The ones they got from Nigerians, the ones they got from European Union, the ones they got from the United States, the ones they got from the UK, the ones they got from African Union, the monies they got from all over the world. All of them went down the drain. We do not know today as we talk how much money that was expended, yet the election was a sham. And the implication for that going forward is that it impacts on the integrity of Nigeria, on the trust people have on Nigeria. In fact, one of the people who commented on our program yesterday, I think one Esther 453, says something that I would like to quote. He says, what INEC did was actually a statement on our character that permeates every facet of our life. It is a statement that is going to take years to correct, except the court summons courage to start the damage control now. That's what someone wrote after our program yesterday. And I support Esther 453. If the court did not start the damage control today, this will continue to haunt Nigeria. It will continue to haunt Nigeria. It will also impact on the credibility of the existing government, because all over the world, whether it is America or European Union or United Kingdom or African Union or ECOWAS, they know that this government, the election, the process that brought it, has a whole lot of irregularities and issues. That's what I have to say.
Okay, my people, we don't hear how Dr. Tel take talk. If that man face where they even give the report to Mahmoud Yakubu Nagosi say on a no see in teeth, he no laugh at all, because now so the thing take be them. Waiting happen for Nigeria. If you see how the man take explain how it take happen, and the people will read this report, the main raw report, if they tell you how it takes, I'll go soon uncover that particular report, because from waiting I they hear from one side, they say when you read that very report finish, they even give an assumption, say somebody wey be say incident there now, na thought dem talk say e come. But anyway, sha, we go carry dey go as Mahmood Yakubu don talk say we no go rest. And as him talk say all of us no go sleep, close our eyes. We wan tell am say pikin wey be say you flog, you go allow am make e cry. Because when you cry, at least you might go get your own succor. So e get another more new things where we don dey hear from other sources, from NMPP, from APM. That is other parties where we say they know they talk before, they don't begin the talk. Buba Galadima, waiting in talk for TV, national TV. They even caution them, but na the way in take feel. Now so in talk, say INEC chairman is a foolish man. Then caution am, he saying they sorry, but now waiting, then he can't explain certain things. But make we just listen small for waiting that Boba Galadima talk. Just small. Make we Vano de go.
Attacking the CBN governor, the INEC chairman should have been fired long time ago. It shouldn't be a MFLA. MFLA had not committed one sin that Mahmood had done.
What's Mahmood's crime?
Crime? To subvert people's will is the greatest crime that anybody could do in life, in a country like Nigeria. He knows that. Take, for example, he refused to take 40% of our candidates by blocking the portal before the actual date for closure. And he was foolish enough when we were calling him.
That's a strong language for television.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
Please proceed.
When we were calling him, he was picking the call and listening to us and doing a conversation with us. And we were telling him that our portal has been closed. We can't upload. In 3 days to the closure, they issued a statement, public statement, that NNPP was not uploading its candidates. What was his problem? He should have waited for the 12 midnight closure to make that announcement. He singled out only our party. 40% were not uploaded. We went to court, High Court. High Court gave us judgment. He appealed to the Court of Appeal. The Court of Appeal scolded him and gave us judgment. He refused candidates. He went to the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court gave us judgment. You could know the famous Shekarau, Senator Hanga's case. I hope you know that one. The nation should know that one. That is a confirmation that he was fighting us. And look at the way he presented our logo. He defaced it. He defaced the logo. We didn't exist on the ballot, and it was deliberate. And now I told you what had happened in Bauchi, his home state, where over 160,000 votes of NNPP was officially discovered when a recount was done in some local governments. So, since we have hands off going to the court, we don't want to talk much.
So now Yeram, as the man talks, he was foolish enough in national television. Now so he diverse people reach. So no be only us he diverse when we they talk every day, go there like say, oh, whether our own pass we are crying more than bereaved or something. No. They get people will be say the thing hot. It hurt them so if you go Kanu State now, then they bring everything where APC do down to the ground. That's so it divest them rich. And na Mahmood Yakub na in Kosam. You know? So Dr. Etel, you hear this man verse as he talk say up to Supreme Court level, na Mahmood drag them rich. What do you get to tell our people about them?
Well, all I can say is that there is no need flogging a dead horse. Mahmoud and the INEC he leads because he's still leading it till date, gave us the worst election in the history of Nigeria. Why I say so is because we have parents who have been voting before we were born and who tells us that what happened before we were born has never been like this. And we are also adults. And since we came of voting age, we have never seen anything like this. This is a real rape, broad daylight robbery and rape of Nigerians, peoples, and hope. But I want to connect it with the battle has shifted. Mahmoud may have done all he feels and known to have done, but it's not yet over, as Angel will say. By Monday, we went to court. Everybody has been saying from the 1st of March, Mahmoud, where did you get the result you declared? Where did you get the result you declared? How did you manufacture the result? We actually went to court to compel him to come and tell us where he got the result he declared. We submitted evidence to suggest or to show that we are confused about the result Mahmoud declared. From Monday next week, being 3rd of July, till the 7th of July, Mahmoud will come to show us, to tell us, to explain to us, either directly by himself or through his representative, where they got all those results they declared. And permit me, I want to use this opportunity to remind all our obedience wherever you are. We've been having a meeting of interest, specifically on how to go to encourage Mahmoud from his office to come and say it in the courts, how he got the result. So wherever you are, if you're listening to me now, come into our Zoom. The Zoom link, the one we use, is open and it is also pinned for those of you who are watching from YouTube, because immediately after this program, we're going to have 5 minutes chat on the way forward, especially with respect to the defense, the explanation that Mahmoud and his INEC will be coming to give from next week, Monday. So that's what I'm going to say. He's done his worst so far, but he will be caught in his act. From Monday, he is coming there to expose himself, what he did to Nigeria. We are waiting and we'll be watching. Thank you.
Okay. This Galadima, the verse we verse Sam for national TV, they verse everybody, millions away there for Nigeria. And the way we in take talk, he talk more. He say that historically, since 1979, the court has never changed the outcome of a presidential election. Why in they talk all this one? Because they ask them why they no go cuckoo go court. So he also expressed little confidence in the credibility of the judiciary based on recent events in the country. Instead of spending billions of naira on a futile pursuit at the tribunal, Galadima suggested that the NMPP would rather use the money to prepare for 2027. That one na their own, because they come very, very far. Our own day different. I just want our people make them understand. But the important thing be say, our principal talk say in get on this thing from the judiciary. How in they even they take the talk am?
You trust.
You get trust, you understand? Because judiciary don't do them for them over and over again. Yeah. So as this man they talk say, historically since 1979, say they never do them. You go see them as it go still happen as P2B they talk am say na miracle. You understand? Because P2B don't take in hand talk say na miracle. Because the question where them go to ask, who don't succeed? Now P2B don't succeed. Now I think Dr. Ete, be like say your mother do mwemwe since.
More than mwemwe, I completely 100% disagree or differ with Buba Galadema's position. Buba Galadema permit me to say, it's one of the old guard. It's one of the old school. I'm sorry to say that, but that's the case. Now let me come from jurisprudence point of view. We have never had an electoral act, even though there is a lot of gaps in this electoral act in terms of definition, but no electoral act in the history of Nigerian election is as clear and as explainable as this particular one. Every one of us can read it and understand it, the steps, the process. In fact, we are in court, like P2B used to say, that he doesn't care who is declared the president. He just cares about the process that led to it. Because for the very first time, the Electoral Act laid down the process very, very clear that when someone is breaking that steps, you will know. That's why everybody's complaining. It hasn't been like that in Nigeria. Our Electoral Act has always been so muddled up with a lot of confusion. You don't know which, you don't know that. That's number one. Number two, the process of our election in this 2023 is such that if you are an election umpire and you commit crime in the process of executing the election, it becomes obvious to everyone that you have compromised the system. Before, it was not like that. Before, there was nothing like accreditation with an electronic equipment. Accreditation is done in politicians' rooms even before election, and it's what they give you is what you take. The voters register, nobody knows about that. But the Electoral Act made it in such a way that the accreditation is captured by an electronic equipment, electronic gadget, and you can see how INEC is struggling to compromise the beavers. Before now, they won't care. They'll just walk in there and cook up the voters register, which is a book. But now they are sweating because they don't know how to manipulate it. So I believe that is on the legal and the constitutional aspect of it. And like P2B said, to be honest, if you also know how to put your acts together, by 2003, everybody told P2B, my friend, go and sit down. It has never happened anywhere. He said, I will be the first that will make it happen. And against everybody, even that time, you can stay in court for years because he was in court for 3 years. But he kept on pushing. Even when people had forgotten that, he kept on pushing. He boxed both PDP then and the judges. What I mean by box means that there is a kind of evidence and the kind of presentation you will make. No matter how compromised a judge is, he will say, this one is too much for me. And that's why I like what Labour Party has done in the court. The kind of evidence, the kind of smart lawyers we have, and the way they presented things in the court, they have gone ahead to set the standard. And now INEC is going to come and fall into the pit that they dug by themselves. That is the smart way to get even a compromised judge to do the right thing. P2B and Labour Party will come out giving Nigerians hope. And I do strongly believe that Buba Galadima will come back and say, once again, there is one young man called P2B that kept setting the pace in Nigeria. He did it in governorship election, he did it in off-cycle election, and he will do it in presidential election. That's my belief.
Yes. We will all agree in one that P2B has made that very promise. He believes in the judiciary and they are going to give him the mandate back. And that is what we will also agree with Buba Galadima with the position of removal of Mahmoud Yakub, INEC chairman. But before they go remove him, in go come court, na him be the major thing where would they talk. In go come court, making come tell us where in gets those figures where in call for that day. So, and the meeting day on now, even as we they speak, it there for comment section. So if you go there, go join the meeting so that after this program, we'll go see the meeting. And waiting be the purpose, we won't tell INEC chairman before they fire him or before they remove him from there, in go come court. Now, 3rd of July, they start. So we want before their case go finish, make income answer us how these things take happen. Even Dr. Etel, before you enter that about the massive evidence where we get for court, Angel, I know say your mouth they do me, but before you go chook your mouth, make we hear wetin this Dan or Lassie say a talk. He get something where he talk about massive evidence where they before this court now say he no believe say this tribunal no go come with the right thing. Make we listen to them. They come back to you, Angel.
Importantly, I want to wait because looking at the evidences so far at the presidential tribunal, I'll be shocked if a different judgment is made. I'm looking forward that this election should be annulled and a proper election held. That is when every group should re-strategize. Re-strategize. I will not go into the details of the strategy, but from the presidential evidences and witnesses before the tribunal, it will be magic if any other decision is reached, other than there was no election, as it were. That was the whole write-up of rigging.
So with the massive evidence where they for court, as Chief Dan Olasite talk you no think say this tribunal go do something different. So Angel, I beg put your mouth for inside this thing, make we banner they go.
My people, the thing where they vex everybody, especially the well-meaning Nigerians and the obedient family, no be say apart from the promises where he promise us, every day this man they come for national television. They promise. If he promise this one, he go promise the other one. It takes say they talk to children. Now adults in they talk to. And we are putting all those things into records. And now we they give them as receipts, back to back. We they give them. Second one, see all the billions, not be millions, so now 300 billion from our tax-paying money. EU give them another 17 points. Equal open eye collect from Tinubu another billion. If to say a cost and now they go say, don't start. Why he go do like that? All the first thing where he's supposed to do be say to write in own name for gold, so that any day, anywhere where they remember this man, they will say, the best INEC chairman we ever had. Because if to say he do the right thing, if for no day in this mess where we dey, this court now where we dey, for no that, because our principal warned, clean and clear, is so glaring. But the pain be say after all the money, after all the promises, directly from the polling unit to the IRF portal, you will view it on real time. At the end of the day, he just shot himself on the leg. And I believe and I hope that the judiciary are seeing it, because this massive rigging, it be like pregnancy. They no fit cover am, because this is even the first time every Nigerians are into court. They know they even care how election tribunal go, but this time everybody they interested. They want to know what the outcome of the judgment, what happened in court today. That is to show you how everybody they interested. Thank God, because we know they are messing with the wrong generation. The generation where they sleep, wake up for internet. Sorry, now I go be in name. I believe say at the end of the day, all those properties where you acquire, they go sell them, because na kri now you go get himself or for Kuje prison.
Thank you, Angel. You don't talk as the thing they verse you reach. The next thing where I want make we look at be one of the things where this chairman of INEC talk when before they start this election. In talk say he gets money inducement. He talk say something about money they involve for election, but say they get plans on how the thing go without where the money no go too much do this thing, cause problem for election. And now for the again, they can't give that in too much assurance. But most important, now how intake emphasize how money no go make them not to do the right thing. Make on they listen to all the lies and deceitfulness of that man. Let's listen to him again.
As a commission, we have no illusion that it is going to be easy to root out the negative influence of money on our elections, but we are determined to tackle the problem. We fully realize that today's initiative will not go down well with people who may not be committed to the growth of our electoral system and the consolidation of our democracy. We expect them to fight back. There will be both covert and overt pressure, countervailing actions, and even threats by vested interests. I wish to reiterate that our loyalty is to Nigeria and our allegiance is to Nigerians. We are committed to working with the collaborating agencies to see that this initiative succeeds in the 2023 general election and beyond. Let me similarly reiterate the Commission's resolve to continue to employ both technology and administrative measures to strengthen Nigeria's electoral process. I assure Nigerians that preparation for the 2023 general election is on course, and we shall not be swayed from that course. Be assured that the beavers has come to stay. Electronic transmission of results has come to stay. Public display of polling unit results through IREV has come to stay. With today's initiative, the elimination of the negative use of money in our electoral process will be tackled head on.
I'm not saying that all this in lies, now it make we believe them. Everybody from their household come out, go pick their PVCs, make them come out, convote, make them come, they see real time where the election results they come out. And on a note say, now because of this real time where in promise, really, now it make that is everybody take this election serious. Everybody took it serious because of this very real-time publishing. But when they brought it to his attention on that very day, make I know take Dino Melaye's mouth up chop onions. He gave the kind verse when in the verse for that very day when they talk to Ram about he need to see that very thing in real time as you take talk him. Show us that thing where you talk. Make we see how Dino take talk him.
Believers will walk. We want to see it walk and working by going to the portal to see all these results. It worked in Edo, it worked in Osun, it must work in this presidential election. We cannot proceed with computation or collation of results when we cannot see. The confidence we have in this electoral act is the introduction of the electronic transmission of results. If that is not done, then there is no difference between what we are doing now and what we did in 2015, because what you are doing is practical manual collation.
I see how Dino take talk my mind. That is the confidence. That is the reason why. Dr. Etel, I be not share the Dino's own this thing. Tell us.
I was listening to the INEC lawyers cross-examine Labour Party witness when Labour Party was making their case. They were hammering on whether it must be transmitted from the polling unit, even though the law says transmission from polling units. But let's even say, okay, there was this glitch that they could not transmit from the polling unit. Was that what made the result sheet become mutilated? Is it the equipment that changed into TPEX that TPEX the result? Was that what made it to become blood? No. So it is important for the judges to know the intention why the lawmakers made the law that the result should be transmitted to the IREF from the polling unit to avoid any form of tampering on the result sheets. That's number one. Number two, it is also important for the judges to know that because that upload from the polling unit was not done, one, and secondly, the eventual result that was uploaded shows a sign of tampering from the original that was done in the polling unit, which means the purpose of introducing that upload had been defeated, and the very thing it wants to cure, it could not cure. So I don't want people to keep saying, oh, even if they don't upload, they can upload later. If you upload later, if you take a picture of yourself and you send it to me via WhatsApp or AirDrop or any form of way, and then there is no network, eventually when the network comes on your phone, does it change your face to a woman's face or to an animal's face or to change the clothes you're wearing? The answer is no. So the judges are human beings. The judges must first of all ask themselves, what did the letter of the law say? And what is the spirit of that particular law? What INEC did destroyed the letter of the law that says it must be done from the polling unit. And it also defeated the spirit of the law, which was to cure a certain problem. And that problem is tampering on the results. I don't know, I'm not a lawyer, but this is a very simple thing to judge.
Yes, when we do compilation of all the times where we say INEC chairman give promise to Nigeria, say this thing go work. He did a total of 68 times when talk say beavers go work, and transmission of results directly from polling units say they mandatory according to law. Now so it take talk am. But now they don't they position them.
Can you hear me?
Yes,
remember that the law provides that the result of the election can actually be delayed for up to 7 days before it is announced, so that if there is any issue that arose, it could be sorted out. Now, remember also that they said that there was a glitch on the day of the election. There was no glitch on Sunday being 26th. There was no glitch on Monday being 27th. There was no glitch on 28th, 29th, 30th. No, 28th being February, because it was February. So when Dino was talking, if I wear the shoes of Dino Melaye, I would say there was a glitch on 25th. Why haven't we seen the result on the 26th? Why haven't we seen it on 27th? Why haven't we seen it on the 28th? And if we haven't seen it, why are you going ahead? Because the law says if we disagree with the result you're about to announce, we should go and confirm with what has been uploaded. There is nothing for us to confirm with. And you are going ahead to announce, which means you are denying the parties their right of reconciliation before the result is announced. And you have all the time in your hand. You have up to 7 days to have that sorted. Why was Mahmoud rushing? And whilst we were still sleeping, he announced he declared the winner. And before we say what was happening, he has issued certificate of return. Each time I go this route, it pisses me off. It just makes me feel like, what is this?
Yeah, Dr. Tel, I also want to remind you that the law was very, very, when it says that before you announce the result, that you must have certified copy of the results. That is the law. You must have certified copy of the results before you announce the results. Now, recall that while we are the tribunal tendering our case last week and the previous week, that the lawyers keep saying every time that they have not been given those certified copies. So where did he get the results? And that's why we are calling for a meeting so that we could all put our heads together on how we can make INEC chairman come to court as the court ordered so that he can answer these questions. He is the one that we answer, and we have our lawyers in court that we ask these questions. And that's what we want to do. If you're there for this, our Obidati Family TV, and you there here now, because here we dey up to more than 1,000 person wey dey here. If you join us for Zoom, because Zoom they open and the link there for comment section if you join. With the simple thing where we want do for meeting, where we say no go pass 10-15 minutes, now make we dey talk about how we go make INEC chairman come answer us. Starting from that very 3rd of July, when they go open their own case, till when they go finish. Make we occupy their office. It is a public commission and it is lawful to assemble in that their place and make the INEC chairman obey the court order. Come out and answer us where he get the numbers that he announced in the middle of the night. That is it. And then another one when I want to add, if you now look here now where we pass 1,000 person, man, I like the video, make other people foresee this video. Now that way we go to help P2B for this to reclaim our mandate. Because no other way. When we they talk, make other people they listen, make them they feel lost. Because what would they give? Na message of hope. As in talk say, in go get that mandate back. Now we send them and then promise us saying go get the mandate back. Because now the process will bring the outcome now in the fight. And we will follow them for back. So what you feel do now to like and share this very video. Make other people they hear waiting with the talk. We get one of our own, Kenneth Okonkwo. He get another thing where in talk, where I want to make our people also follow listen, make them hear as in take talk as in they give example, they use P2B, they give example for other nations of the world, as in they do good things. As they talk say, for Nigeria now him be the person where we say he bring calm to the obedience. Say if not be calm when in talk say obedience day, we for no waiting for happen. May we just listen to waiting Kenneth Okonkwo talk.
Of one Abdullahi Bangura, the chairman, Sierra Leone Political Parties Regulatory Commission. He said before the election, everybody that was anything in Nigeria supported a P2B. But when the election came differently, P2B called for calm and saved his country from chaos and chose the legal option. Nigeria is the only country where somebody that was supported by everybody that is anything in a country will be declared that he lost. But thank God he's a statesman. He was thinking about the next generation and he called for calm, remembering that no politician's ambition is worth the blood of a Nigerian citizen. Let those that want to grab it at all costs continue. They will have an expiry date. But I tell you that the election is won by somebody that even the international community knows that he won. And even every Nigerian knows that he won. So subsidy is still a scam. And the last president that ran a rotten financial system does not have what it takes to tell us who won the election. At the appropriate time, the world will say who won the election.
Obedience on Adon here. P2B is now somebody that everywhere across the world, many nations don't begin to use and they give example because the obedient movement is ordained. God, they follow obedience wherever they. With that very one, we'll begin to talk how to carry kaya come out for studio. But before we do, I want to make we know say the Zoom link still there. Make you for join us to talk how we will bring Mahmoud, make him tell us. I know say everybody, whether you be PDPO or you be APMO or you join us for the obedient movement, I know say one thing where we get for common, say then league this election. And as then take, as we believe, we get that same belief, make we join hands together to man where they responsible can answer us. People where they court, judiciary go do their own. We get belief, say then go do the right thing. So the one way we fit do, now we fit do, which is to say, INEC chairman, all the other people will be say then commit, like a Mefiere, we know say hot Nigerians with the money when they come talk say we no go use it again. That one invest Nigeria. That's why nobody even the close eye for a matter. So as it take be now, make we just know say we just needed to get this meeting, join it, and then we can occupy INEC during that their time where then they do their destiny and do what they call cross-examination. We need to do that man cross-examination so that he go tell us how he arrived to the result. My brothers and sisters, time still there for our time for that very meeting. So make una join for that very side so that once we close from here, I go just join una. So we go begin the carry our kaya, they come out for studio. But before I do, I go say thank God for life of Adeleke. That is the Governor Adeleke where we say escape waiting then they call assassination as it take happen. May God they guide them, whether whoever they pursue them, they no go see him because na dancing senator. The man they dance for us when we one day happy. So we still there for him back somehow. So make for this Salah time, make all our Muslim brothers and sisters join hand pray so that nobody, none of us go there injured. But make we take a listen to the scene, waiting happen for that place where they won by this our governor. But God no agree them. Make we just look and see how it take there. Another one will take close. Angel go just come back. As it take happen for that very assassination attempt of Governor Adeleke. So we pray say it no go happen again. People of Osun State made them day well as they be. So as our time don't give us signal to carry waka, make I turn over to Angel, make you for greet and make we carry our waka they come out for studio until tomorrow.
My good people, my well-meaning Nigerians, me I don't declare INEC chairman Mahmoud Yakubu wanted. From now till that Monday, he must come out. Whether he like him or yes, he must come out. He no get choice. Because even before they announced that election, I remember say our ex-president Obasanjo wrote to Buhari, caution this INEC chairman, make him stop. Look into this complaint where every Nigerian they complain. You no agree here. You no one here because that money where he don't collect from Tinubu, he no one miss am. But this time he go miss am because that peace where he say Nigerians no go get peace, he himself no go get peace. Any pikin wey say him mama no go rest no go come inside his own life now. Now so it be because whether Obi won this election, everybody knows, except those where they just want to deceive themselves, because we know it's so clear, crystal clear, say Obi won the election. But anyhow, my people, click, like, subscribe, share. If you watch us finish, you know can like, you know can subscribe. Share and make everybody they see the criminal man where they gave us say na INEC chairman. After all the billions where in collect, he still no do the work. Simple work, or not we say the work plenty. Now just simple something. See money, give us what we want. He collect money, he no give us anything. No problem. Whether Kiri, whether na Kuje prison, he they wait for him. He go smell there. They go use him as an example so that any other INEC chairman wey dey bring in go do im work well. My people, thanks so much for being with us. Dr. Tell, na God go dey bless you and your family. My people, thank you so much for staying with us for this long. Till tomorrow, bye. Stay blessed. Don't find trouble. Bye.